On January the 15th, 2020, Officer C with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office observed an unknown suspect at 7000 Merrill Road standing over and shooting the male victim, later identified as Charles McCormick, known as Buck, with a rifle. The male victim died as a result of the gunshot wounds he sustained. I was on call with the homicide unit and was dispatched to the incident. Buck's death was ruled homicide by the medical examiner's office. Multiple witnesses were located who witnessed the incident and saw the suspect who shot the male victim get into a gray sedan, determined to be a Nissan Altima, which then sped away from the shopping plaza. Officer C was driving his marked sheriff's office vehicle, pursued the gray Altima, and activated his emergency lights. The gray Altima fled at a high rate of speed and ultimately crashed in the 12,000 block of Townsend Boulevard, a residential neighborhood. After the vehicle crashed, 3 suspects exited the vehicle and fled on foot. One suspect, described by Officer C as a black male carrying a rifle, fled west through the neighborhood, while 2 additional suspects, both black males, fled east on foot. Officer C pursued the single suspect west on foot but was not able to apprehend him. At approximately 11:08, a female victim was inside her suburban residence approximately 200 yards from the crash location when she encountered 2 unknown black males inside her residence. The female victim stated that she attempted to flee the residence upon seeing the suspects. However, the suspects grabbed her and dragged her to the ground. The female victim stated that a physical struggle ensued in which one of the suspects attempted to strangle her. The female victim ultimately succumbed to the suspects, who forced her to sit on the couch in the living room of the residence while they changed into clothing that they took from her husband's closet. The suspect took the female victim's cellular phone to prevent her from calling for help. According to the female victim, one of the suspects placed a phone call on a cellular phone and requested that someone pick them up from the residence. Due to the identifying information gathered from the female victim regarding the suspect who attempted to choke her, specifically certain tattoos, their location on his body, detectives were able to put together a photo lineup with a potential suspect. The potential suspect was Dominique Barner, and his photo was included in a photo spread presented to the female victim. The female victim picked Dominique Barner out of the photo spread as one of the males who came into her home without permission, battered her, and took property. As an arrest warrant was obtained, Dominique Barner was arrested for home invasion robbery. Dominique Barner has been housed in the pretrial detention facility since his arrest. During the murder investigation, I reviewed video taken from a witness who had a dash cam installed in his vehicle. The dash cam captured the murder on video. One of the dash cam clips, the suspect in a gray Altima, is seen arriving at the location of the murder. The face of the driver can partially be seen, and the driver appears to be a younger black male, no facial hair, with a black hoodie over his head. The driver in the video matches the description of Dominique Barner. Another clip depicts the actual murder of Buck. The male victim can be seen wearing a black hoodie, blue shirt under the hoodie, and whitewashed jeans. The male victim exits a business with a folder in his hand. Victim exits the frame of the video for approximately 6 seconds. In that time, the truck cam in the dash plays music. However, a single gunshot can be heard over the music. The male victim can then be seen being chased by a subject wearing black and gray hoodie, a black head cover, gray sweatpants, and gray shoes, carrying a short rifle. The male victim is subsequently gunned down by the suspect wearing the hoodie. The suspect shooter then runs back the way he came and gets into the gray Altima that he arrived in. The vehicle flees the area. The witness whose vehicle had the dash cam attempts to follow the suspect vehicle, but Officer C cuts off the witness and gets behind the suspect vehicle. The marked patrol car follows the suspect vehicle and the witness is unable to follow. Officer C pursued the vehicle, which fled at a high rate of speed until it crashed in the 1200 block of a residential neighborhood, where the 3 occupants exited and fled on foot. When Dominique Barner was in pretrial facility PTDF, detectives were able to meet with a confidential informant. Dominique Barner began talking about the homicide. He indicated that he had discovered the male victim's address on Core. Dominique Barner admitted that he, along with other individuals that went to the male victim's residence, went there to locate the male victim. Dominique Barner also indicated that he was driving, and when the male victim left his residence, they followed the male victim to the 7000 Merrill Road. Dominique Barner made statements that indicated the purpose of following the male victim was to kill him. It was at the shopping center located at 7000 Merrill Road where the male victim was ultimately shot and killed by a person who had been in the car with Dominique Barner. Dominique Barner also could be heard discussing his actions attempting to evade law enforcement after the murder, fleeing in the vehicle. Dominique Barner could also be heard saying that a rifle was left behind in the vehicle. A search warrant was obtained for the vehicle, a gray Nissan Altima that fled from law enforcement. After the murder, an AR-style rifle and handgun were both located inside the vehicle. The handgun recovered from the vehicle had fingerprints on it which belonged to Hakeem Robinson. A white t-shirt was also obtained during the search of the vehicle, which was sent to FDLE for DNA testing. A hair found on the t-shirt was processed by FDLE and was positively identified as belonging to Hakeem Robinson. Hakeem Robinson has an active Instagram account with the Instagram name Ksoo23x. Hakeem Robinson has various pictures posted on his account identifying himself and also depicting firearms. At approximately 13:54 hours, the Ksoo23x account posted a video to the account's Instagram story of a child singing a song entitled Ksoo Homicide by rapper yungeenace. The child can be heard singing the pre-chorus of Dum 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 Man Down, Dum 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 Man Down. The video was posted after the murder of Charles McCormick on 1/19/20 on the Instagram page Ksoo23x. Hakeem Robinson posted a video of the deceased Buck rapping. The posted video contained the caption "Bye Bye" with waving hand emojis. Hakeem Robinson later posted a video to his story which depicted Hakeem Robinson at a nail salon receiving a pedicure with the caption, "Kill a ninja, then go get my toes done." On 8/27/2020, I interviewed Dominique Barner. Dominique Barner stated that he was driving the gray Nissan Altima on 1/15/2020 and that Leroy Whitaker and Hakeem Robinson were both in the vehicle with him. Barner indicated that collectively they were looking for Buck with the specific intent of killing him. Barner advised that they located Buck at his residence, and Barner admitted that they drove both Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker in the Nissan Altima. As they followed Buck from his home to 7,000 Merrill Road, Barner advised that originally Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker were both going to kill Buck. Barner stated that he had a handgun, Hakeem Robinson had an AR pistol, and Leroy Whitaker had an AR pistol. Once they followed Buck to the shopping center at 7,000 Merrill Road, they waited for him to exit the business he entered. Barner stated that Hakeem Robinson picked up the handgun inside the vehicle prior to Buck exiting the business. According to Barner, the reason Hakeem Robinson wanted to kill Buck was because Buck made a song which talked disparagingly about Willie Addison, who is deceased. Barner advised when Buck came out of the business, Hakeem Robinson jumped out of the rear passenger seat and chased Buck down and shot him with the AR pistol. Barner advised he and Leroy Whitaker stayed in the vehicle, and Leroy Whitaker yelled at Barner, telling him, "Pick up my cousin, Hakeem Robinson," after he shot and killed Buck. Barner stated he drove in the direction Hakeem Robinson ran to pick him up. Barner said Hakeem Robinson then got back in the vehicle and they fled the scene in the Nissan Altima. They were pursued by JSO patrol car and crashed in a neighborhood. Barner advised that he and Leroy Whitaker ran in the same direction and entered residence. Barner stated while inside, he and Leroy Whitaker held a woman captive, and Leroy Whitaker made phone calls to arrange a way to evade being captured by the police. Barner advised Leroy Whitaker was eventually able to arrange for Abdul Robinson Sr. to pick them up. Barner advised that Abdul Robinson Sr. arrived and picked them both up and got them out of the area while the police were still looking for them.